Welcome back. Let's continue now with application questions. The first one, JKLM and PQRS are parallelograms as marked. Let's look at the questions. What is the size of angle L? Look at the diagram. The word parallelogram informs us that the opposite angles are equal. So that angle is 120. So angle L is opposite angle J. Therefore, angle L equals to 120 degrees. And the reason would be opposite angles of a parallelogram. What is the size of angle S? That is angle Q, and opposite angle is angle S. So angle S is 60 degrees, and it is also opposite angles of a parallelogram. Okay, let's look at additional questions. Determine the length of line KL. Look at line KL. It is opposite that marking there of JM, and being a parallelogram, it means that the opposite sides are also equal. Therefore, KL equals to 8 centimeters. That is opposite sides of a parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram. And then D, why is the quadrilateral JKLM similar to PQRS? Let's look at it together. You would see that side JM corresponds with side PS, and look at the value. We are given 8 centimeters for JM, we are given 4 centimeters for PS. Let's do what we know best, which is write them as a ratio. So JM divided by PS as well, then should be equal to ML divided by RS, and KL divided by QR, and JK divided by PQ. All right, let's do it in values. And it would be 8 divided by 4, which gives us 2, and ML, which is 4 divided by 2, which gives us 2 as well. And the others would also give us the same, 8 divided by 4, and 4 divided by 2. So the ratio there would be 2 for the first one, 2 for the next one, 2 for all of them. Therefore, because the ratios are same, then we say the corresponding sides are in proportion. So we write that as the reason, because they want the reason as well. Therefore, the corresponding sides are in proportion. Are in proportion. Okay, let's look at the next one. Question 2. Prove with the reasons that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle BCD. Triangle ABD is that triangle there, is congruent to triangle BCD, which is that triangle there. What do we have? Already I said, look at the markings that will always assist, and we start with that. So in triangle ABD and triangle BCD, what are we looking at? We have side AB equals to side BC, and that we have been given because there is a marking there. And again, we look at both triangles have the side BD, which is common. So we'll then say BD is common for both triangles. And then we look at, we are given angle 45 degrees, which is angle ABD. So angle ABD But then we also know that if angle B is 90 and angle ABD is 45, that makes angle DBC to also become 45 degrees. And therefore we are able to say angle ABD is equal to angle DBC. Remember, the one that we are putting in the middle is where the angle is. So that would then be equal to 45 degrees. And now we look at our three reasons and say, because of the three reasons that we have, therefore triangle ABD is congruent to triangle BCD. And that would be because of the side, angle, and side. Remember, the angle must be included between the two sides that you've proved to be equal. Let's move to the next one. Question 3. The triangles are marked. Prove that triangle QRS is similar to triangle PRT. Again, we are dealing with, that's where you start, in triangle QRS and triangle PRT. Singling out the two triangles that you're dealing with, and then look at what you are given. Look at those two triangles. What markings are there? There is a marking there of parallel lines. So what do we know about parallel lines? We know that if QS is parallel to PT, therefore the corresponding angles are going to be equal. So that means that angle Q will be equal to angle P, and angle S will be equal to angle T. Then we say angle P equals to angle Q, and because line PT is parallel to line QS, therefore the corresponding angles will be equal. And then again, angle T and angle S, same reason, because PT is parallel to QS, therefore the corresponding angles are equal. And then what do you notice? Both triangles have angle R, therefore angle R is common on both triangles. And now we've got our three reasons. We've got three angles that are equal on both triangles. Therefore, we are able to say, therefore, triangle QRS is similar to triangle PRT, and that would be because all corresponding angles are equal. Now, the next question. Show if these two marked trapeziums ABCD and WXYZ are congruent. Again, we said we'd look at the sides and the angles to prove congruency, and in this case, they've given us all the sides. Look at side AD and side WZ, they have the same marking. So let's mark them out. What are we dealing with? We are dealing with in ABCD and WXYZ. What are we looking at? We're looking at side AB equals to side WZ. Then the next marking is that one, and that would be AB and WX, sorry. And then the next marking is that one, which is AD equals to WZ. The next marking would be BC and XY. So BC equals to XY, and the last side would be side DC equals to YZ. And therefore, because all the sides are equal, we then say that means ABCD is congruent to WXYZ. And our reason is that all corresponding sides are equal. All corresponding sides are equal. All right. Let's look at the next question. PQRS and FGH are rhombuses. Show that PQRS is similar to FGHJ with reasons. The sign rhombus means all the sides are equal, and which means on both sides would have the same thing. And look at what they have given us. And we have an angle of 54 and an angle of 126. And I look at the fact that if it is a rhombus, that means the sides are parallel, and therefore 54 plus 126 makes 180. So that 180, therefore that means this one is 126 as well, and that one is 54 as well. Let's then prove our similarity, because that's what they want us to prove. And when I look at the sides, I notice that I could use the angles because the opposite angles are also equal, and therefore with just the angles I can safely say, because the angles are equal, now that if this is 54, that is also 54, that is also 126, and this one is also 126. Opposite angles of a rhombus, and that means 54, angle P is also 54 degrees, that is opposite angles of a rhombus. Therefore, I can say PQRS is similar to FGHJ, and my reason would be all corresponding sides, all corresponding angles are equal. And then let's look at the sides together. You would see that PQRS is a double of FGHJ. Therefore, because the one side is 4 centimeters and on the next triangle, the other side is 2 centimeters. Therefore, we can say all the corresponding sides, are proportional, because each side that we divide, we're going to get the same ratio. So all corresponding sides are proportional. All right, let's look at the next one. Give reasons why triangle DFG and triangle HJK are congruent. Again, let's single them out. In triangle DFG and triangle HJK. What do I know is that I'm looking for 3 reasons to prove congruency. And what do I have that is in there? I have 2 angles that have been given and 1 that has not been supplied. And then I look at the angles of a triangle. If this is 54 and this is 52, that gives me 106. And when I subtract them from 180 in a triangle, then I get 74 degrees for that angle there. Therefore, that means that is 174, and that makes that one 52 degrees. By angles, that means all these angles are equal, but then congruency does not depend on angles. I have a marking there and a marking there, so I can use 2 of those angles and that side. The side that I have is DG is equals to HK. That is the side that has a marking that I know. And then I also have then angle D, which equals to angle H, which equals to 54 degrees. and I have angle G, which equals to angle K, which equals to 52 degrees. And therefore, I have 3 reasons I can safely say triangle DFG is congruent to triangle HJK. The reason would be 2 angles and an included side. 2 angles and the included side. As you see in that diagram and in that diagram, that's what we're using. Let's stop there for now. Let's go for an ad break. See you shortly.